Hey guys, this is Amelia, One Woman Army, and I am here on a live. I haven't been here in a little while. I've been going live on Instagram a lot lately, but this week there has been some incidents that have occurred. Actually, I would say tragedies that are pretty much requiring the attention. And since happiness is my area of expertise, I wanted to pass by and talk to you a little bit about what I think is the reason for so many suicides lately. Last year or so, we lost uh, Robin Williams, and this week we lost two more talented people, Kate Spade and Anthony Bourdain today. And I am here because as a strategic happiness coach, I do keep myself abreast of the information that is happening out there when it comes to depression, sadness, antidepressants, etc. And I can tell you that according to the data, about 90% of the total population today is depressed or taking any form of antidepressant. And when it comes to suicides, between 73 and 76% of the suicides are committed by males. And what's happening is that we are living times where saying there's a conflict. We're saying that I am sad or I am depressed, especially if you're a male. It is seen as a weakness, ooh, almost like a taboo. But at the same time, we have gotten used to and think that it's normal for people to be sad and depressed. And I'm talking about our youth. My high school daughter tells me that most people in her school are depressed. And I don't know when the society decided that it was okay to have our youth with high levels of that depression, such a big percentage. And when we thought that it was part of our cultural norm to be on antidepressants, to the point that sometimes you go to the doctor and they offer to you antidepressants as a form to let you live your life. I have the story of one of my clients that went to the doctor, and she was just sharing with the doctor the fact that she hated her job. And the doctor says, if you want, I can give you antidepressants so that you can take it a little easy there. Um, Enough is enough. Enough is enough. We cannot continue losing our talented people. We cannot continue losing our sons, our daughters, our wives, our husbands, our best friends, our mothers, our fathers. We just can't. We must do something now. And I'm here today just to share with you why is it that people are committing suicide. It's really simple. It is really simple. And if you gather this, you would be able to move people around you or to move yourself, whether you find yourself to be one of those um, people that unhappiness, level of unhappiness have become so solid inside that you think there's no other option. The main reason why people is suiciding today is because we have gotten used to and we think that we are expected to, listen to this, to live fake happiness. Fake happiness occurs when we pretend things are okay, when we say as a joke, well, I'm not that good, but tomorrow would be better. And we do not inquire further what that really means. We have gotten used to put band-aids on top of our own happiness, and we believe that by masking that we are going to get away with murder and fake happiness until you make it. You see, happiness is not one of the things that you fake it until you make it. You have to deal with that, and you need to find your happiness where you are, because if you don't find it where you are, you're not going to find it where you go. So if you want to um, start living a true and sustainable happiness, you need to get all of your mask out and stop pretending what it's not. Stop measuring your level of happiness with what you think it is expected uh, from you, from the society and the family and the friends and who you call your circle, because your inner circle might be just as depressed as you and might be talking to themselves just out loud, and it comes across as a message to you. um, we should stop telling people when they share with us that they're sad and whatever, that we should stop telling them, oh, it's okay, you know, it can get better, get out of it. We need to inquire a little deeper. But more important, in that moment, we need to pause and look inside and see where exactly we are standing in the map of happiness. Because most likely, the people that are sharing this information with us is only putting in our mirror what we don't want to accept about ourselves and our own level of happiness. And that is how that staggering 90% of the population being depressed is so high, and it's hidden. Because if you go to the social media, you would see a lot of beautiful selfies, smiling from the mouth and only the mouth. Because if you look at their eyes, there's not an ounce of happiness inside. You can see straight through their hearts to find that deeply sadness that they're carrying. So suicides are common because it has become okay to accept fake happiness as the standard. No more. We need to start becoming um, conscious of where we are, conscious of how happy we are today, and deal with that first. Not when we get the house, not when we get the wife, not when we get the promotion, not when we get the money in the bank, not when we get to pay the college for our kids, not when we get to buy the car. No, it needs to happen today. It needs to happen in our lives with whatever we have. How do we do it? By focusing on progress, what is working out in our lives, seeing the glass of our lives, seeing it half full. Because for as long as we continue seeing it half empty, it might be almost to the brim, and we will always find a reason to be sad because there's one drop missing. No more. No more. Let's just be honest. Let's say what we feel. Let's just be compassionate with one another. But let's see ourselves in the mirror and start being compassionate with ourselves. Let's stop believing what is not real. Unhappiness is not real. It's caused by what we think we should be, by what we think we should have, by what we think we should have done by now. It happens by a disconnection between the blueprint that we have inside of us and reality. We need to start making pieces and bringing those two together and blend them into what we have today. Because I bet that if we were to make an inventory, we have a lot to work on. In my practice as a strategic happiness coach, I work a lot with what you have in your hands, with what you bring with you, with what your talents are. And we start working on what's missing. We start looking into your limiting beliefs, into your deep rooted beliefs, into your real feelings of unhappiness. What are they saying? And just by having an expert next to you helping you go through it, you would make significant, dramatic changes, and you would turn your ordinary life into amazingly extraordinary lives. If you know somebody who needs help, just help them get help. There's a lot of people like me that have a combination of experience, that have a combination of expertise in the area that can help move this forward. Let's stop. Let's stop the trend of depression that ends up in suicide. Let's stop losing talents that are amazing and that are example and inspiration to many of us. Let's get things right. We all count. We all are important. We can do this together. We are in this together. We can learn to be happy together. Remember who we are. And who we are is happiness. If you have any questions, leave it below. I will read it later and respond them. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next live. And until then, promise me that you are going to claim your true happiness. Until next time. And I forgot, how do I do this? How do you stop this live? Yeah.